This is the moment of truth.
That's good. That is good.
It is good cake. Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Talk. My name is Bryce Mitchell. I'm the Sales and Marketing Assistant here at Pilbara Real Estate. And today I'm joined with my co-host, boss, the Director of Pilbara Real Estate, and an all-round good guy, Rob Slater. Say hello to the people, Rob.
G'day, how you going? I need subtitles for that, don't we?
Yeah.
G'day, how you going?
Yeah. Here on Real Talk, we love to have a bit of fun, and we cover how the market has changed each month. We talk about some real estate news, and we aim to educate you in all areas of the industry, from sales to leasing and from residential to commercial. Now, we love to hear what you guys have to say, so make sure you subscribe for the next episode and leave a comment below for any questions, or email me via the email on screen, which is ea@pre.com.au. Let's get into our first segment, This Month in Real Estate.
Put it bluntly, a lot of sales.
Yeah.
I just counted how many sales on the board we've got in due to settle. There's 21 properties in the pipeline due to settle, and that's pretty significant. And you know how significant that is. I'll give you some stats from RP Data, which is an agency benchmark report. Guess what? The Pilbara Real Estate sales team, which is you, me and Naomi, we actually come number one because the lady that did come number one, she's left. So here it says we're two, but she's left the industry. She's left the industry now. So what that means is, here we go, Pilbara Real Estate at the top. And that is by sales volume and sales value from July 2024 so it's the financial year, to June 2025.
That's really good.
Yeah, and part of real estate is it's longevity is still in there. Like, the hardest thing is still being there. We are number one. It's official, even though there'll be 3-4 other agents in town that will say they're number one. Maybe they're number one in their own franchise group, but as a whole, we are by sales volume and value.
Well, it's great to start the episode with some good news. Let's continue on with the sales. I mean, 21 properties that are going to settle. I mean, we've had 5 this week, which has been pretty awesome. We've had some really great results for some sellers. We've had some really happy buyers. It's been a really good month.
Yeah, there's definitely a turn. We've been slowly moving up since 2017, and we come off a little bit in 2023, but it's really turned quite a bit. This year has got better and better.
Could you give us a bit of a rundown of the rental market? What's it like at the moment?
It's picking up. Look, the hottest rental at the moment is that 11 to 11.50. That's put it on within 6 days. You've got 10 applications. Look, it's not too bad. There's still places to rent. It is at a cost.
So we're still in a bit of a positive at the moment.
Well, it's expensive. There's no doubt about it. It's expensive, and so nothing's changed with that. And the Pilbara has always been like that for certain cycles, and we're certainly seeing that at the moment in this cycle.
Something I did want to touch on was the WA budget. So I went to a KDCCI event a long time ago. I just haven't really mentioned this because a whole lot of other stuff has come up, street talk, chats with Belinda and everything. But I went to this KDCCI event where the Minister for Pilbara actually broke down the state budget and some things that would be affecting us. Now, a couple of things that to do with housing that I thought were interesting. They confirmed that $43.2 million were going to go towards the Mullataga housing development.
Correct. Now, you've got to understand what that $43 million does. It just provides a little bit of roads and infrastructure. So it's that's it. I can't see that being a catalyst for people to buy land, but it does have the ability to increase supply.
Yeah, nothing in what they did break down was anything to do with, that was really, what's the word, an incentive to buy land in the area. But yeah, it will just help going towards the actual development of the actual blocks and the infrastructure around it.
Look, it creates supply, and then, you know, it also creates the ability of expanding down the east side, which is because where Madigan is, you can't really go any more west of that because all the zoning changes to where the bulky goods is, which everyone's talking about. Bunnings. Bunnings is still doing a feasibility study, so what it is, there's a developer, and the developer does a feasibility study, and then they'll put it to the tenant, which is Bunnings. Bunnings only the tenant, and then they'll put it to their investors. Will we get it? I think it's just a matter of time. It's just whether it's going to stack up, because the developer will need a return on their investment, and then Bunnings will only pay a certain amount per year rental, and for a certain period of time. So if that stacks up, it ticks the box for a developer. Otherwise, it's not going to go ahead.
And if you are interested in anything to do with the Bunnings or the whole of the Gapridge Homemakers Centre, I do recommend you do check out the City of Karratha website. I will link everything below to do with that. It's pretty cool. They do have quite a big report on it, and there's a lot of information there. As well, in the WA budget, $25 million will be supplied over 4 years for the Regional Housing Support Fund. So this gives grants up to $5 million for building new housing and land supply in regional WA, which is pretty awesome. So that's just for the entirety of regional WA, not just the Pilbara. So we will benefit from that in some ways, as well as $103.8 million will be going towards doubling grow housing. So a lot of the apartments that we may have talked about on the podcast are actually going to be for the government workers, police, all these sorts of things. Again, all of that's on the City of Karratha website. Let's move on to our next segment, which is Getting Real.
Coming to you live from our studio in Karratha, this is Getting Real. Real talk, real people, real facts.
This is our guest segment where we get the real facts from Karratha industry experts, friends of the show, and Pilbara real estate employees. On the day we are filming this, tomorrow is National Property Managers Day. So I thought we could bring someone in from the team, one of our property managers, Nat. Come take a seat.
Standing ovation.
Standing ovation, yes. Yeah. I'm not getting, yeah, you can.
I feel like we should have actually had the standing ovation as I but that's fine, Rob.
Sorry. We've lost Rob, but I can finish it from here. That's okay.
Love that.
Comment what you think of our new Rob replacement, everyone. Let's go straight into it. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm from New Zealand. I grew up in the North Island on a dairy farm. And then when I left home, I went to Queenstown. So I studied hospitality. So hospitality management is my background. And so that's taken me to about 7 or 8 hotels around the South Island of New Zealand, which has been absolutely incredible.
And what got you into property management?
Moving here, actually. I kind of wanted an out of hospitality. I was a bit done with rosters and not knowing what I was doing a week in advance and all that sort of stuff. So when I was looking at moving here, I just started looking around and saw property manager roles come on, and I thought, I can do that.
Yeah.
And we actually had a show in New Zealand called Renters that I was watching, and I thought, I can do that. So my interview with Rob and Renee, they were like, why property management? And I told them, been inspired by a TV show.
That's awesome.
It's nothing like the TV show. So that's how I got into it.
And you started as a property management assistant?
I did,
Yeah.
yes. So I started as property manager's assistant, and then I moved into the property manager role about June, July last year. And from then, just in that space that year, I have learned so much more about the market and have such a better understanding.
And were you assistant for our lovely Renee?
I was, yes.
For a time
I am
being.
her protege.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I was Renee's assistant and loved working with her. So now I've got Imogen, who's my assistant, my wing woman, and she's amazing.
One thing I wanted to ask is, what do you think makes a property a great rental? You know, what are the key features you see that attract and retain quality tenants?
It's just small things, I think, like lighting, for example, LED lighting, it's just brighter, it's nicer, makes it a little bit more modern. If it's been recently painted or painted in the last few years, again, just brightens the whole property up. Okay. Size of the property, just depending on what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
In my budget, and considering the market at the moment, you kind of got to be realistic in what you're wanting.
Yeah. And I think we actually touched on this. It might have been episode 1 or 2, and Rob was sort of talking about with sales, doing the little things really go a long way.
It absolutely does. And we are fortunate enough, we've got a few owners that live locally. So one property that got bought on with us recently, the tenant's vacated, and we've gone in and noted that the property needs a wee bit of work just to bring it back up to standard where the market is at the moment. Beautiful property in Baton. So we're lucky enough to meet with the owner, go through our suggestions, so painting throughout, carpet, new blinds, and et cetera, and small other little maintenance things. And these owners have been fantastic, taken on our suggestions and getting everything done. So that should be hitting the market hopefully in the next few weeks.
Awesome.
Keep an eye out.
Well, that definitely makes it a bit easier when you have cooperative people and people who are willing to listen, and you go, okay, that can...
Yeah, and think about resale as well. If you're looking to sell your house in the future, well, you've got newer lighting, you've got a fresh paint job, and that can make a difference for a buyer as well.
Moving on to that, I mean, one of the other things is maintenance. I mean, that can become quite expensive over time. Is there any proactive maintenance that owners could do early on to avoid future costs?
Yes. So one thing I would strongly suggest is your air conditioners. Those work hard in the Pilbara, especially the summers. I strongly advise and recommend getting them chem cleaned and serviced every year. It's just mold builds up within 6 to 12 months, so you want to keep them clean. It just also stops them from leaking as well. And then it's also good. Aircon prices go up every few months. I think they've gone up in the 3 years that I've been here quite significantly. So that, just getting all of your water filters serviced every year, anything that you can get done on a yearly basis, absolutely.
Have you got any tips for landlords, or, well, I suppose, what do we do at PRE to reduce the vacancy period between tenants?
Well, we know that there's a lot of people looking at the moment, so we generally will try and reach out before a tenant vacates, going, hey, we know these tenants that are looking for a property, they're willing to start maybe 2 weeks after the vacate date, and just try and reach out to any contacts that are looking for houses at the moment. And so far, I think in my portfolio, we've leased about 5 properties off market just by reaching out to corporate tenants and others that may need housing.
I mean, we've talked about our landlords, our owners. What about our tenants? I mean, do you have any advice to help things run smoothly throughout the time that we are running a lease with them?
I think communication is probably the biggest thing. That's what I tell my tenants when I'm doing a sign-on as well. I just ask just for communication, and if they're struggling in regards to rent, just let us know. Don't keep us in the dark. Maintenance, as soon as something goes wrong, let us know, because then as soon as you let us know, don't let us know at routine inspections, because otherwise it could have gotten a lot worse since then. And we're willing to work with you and not against you as well. I'm flexible as well when it comes to inspections. If someone needs to change it for a late afternoon, that is fine by me. We're here to work with you, not against you, and as long as we can work together, it will be a smooth tenancy.
Yeah, and the whole team here is going to understand everyone's got a life. If you can't do it in the morning, it's not that much of a hassle at the end of the day.
It's not at the end of the day. I mean, I won't be doing inspections at 7 o'clock in the morning. But I'm always happy to go a little bit earlier if needed. So it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching. If you are new here, please subscribe to us here on YouTube. Follow us on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all that stuff will be below. Please comment any questions here or on any of our socials, or email me via the email on screen, which is ea@pre.com.au. I usually say thanks for a real talk to Rob, but thank you for a real talk, Nat.
Thank you so much, Bryce. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome.